Imagine discovering that one of your packaged products carries an incorrect declaration. Would your business immediately face prosecution? Not necessarily. Under the amended Legal Metrology Act, many first-time violations now begin with an improvement notice instead of immediate penal action. However, this should not be mistaken as relaxation. If businesses fail to correct the violation or continue repeating the same offense, penalties can increase dramatically, reaching as high as Rs 50 lakh for certain violations. These amendments clearly indicate that while the government wants to encourage voluntary compliance, repeat non-compliance will be dealt with much more strictly. Welcome to MindSync. As compliance professionals, we understand that regulatory changes can directly affect day-to-day business operations. The amendments introduced through the Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Act 2026 are designed to promote ease of doing business while ensuring stronger consumer protection. These amendments came into force on the 1st of May 2026 and represent a major shift in India's legal metrology enforcement framework. From introducing the concept of improvement notices to revising penalties and strengthening e-commerce compliance, these changes will impact manufacturers, importers, packers, dealers, retailers and online marketplaces across the country. Let's understand these amendments and what they mean for your business. Evolution of legal metrology enforcement. To appreciate these amendments, it is important to understand the evolution of legal metrology enforcement. When the Legal Metrology Act 2009 was enacted, many offences carried imprisonment along with monetary penalties. The Jan Vishwas Act 2023 initiated the process of decriminalization by replacing imprisonment with monetary penalties for several offences. Building on that foundation, the Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Act 2026 has introduced a compliance-first framework. Instead of initiating penal action immediately, the law now encourages businesses to rectify violations first, while reserving stricter penalties for repeated or continued non-compliance. Section 15 Improvement Notice. One of the most significant amendments is the introduction of the improvement notice under Section 15. If a legal metrology officer has reasonable grounds to believe that a business has failed to comply with the Act, rules or applicable directions, the officer may issue an improvement notice. The notice must specify the nature of the violation, explain why the authority believes non-compliance exists, identify the corrective measures required and provide a reasonable time to implement those measures. This amendment promotes corrective action rather than immediate punishment and gives businesses an opportunity to resolve compliance issues voluntarily. Section 15(7). While the improvement notice provides businesses with an opportunity to rectify deficiencies, it should not be ignored. If a business fails to comply with the improvement notice within the prescribed period, the competent authority may suspend or revoke the registration or approval granted under the Act. However, before taking such action, the authority must provide the business with an opportunity of being heard. This makes it essential for organizations to establish internal systems for responding promptly to any notices received from legal metrology authorities. License to Registration Certificate. Another important amendment is the replacement of the term license with registration certificate in sections 23, 45, 46, 47 and 53. Although this appears to be a simple terminology change, it reflects the government's intention to modernize the regulatory framework. Businesses should update their internal documentation, compliance manuals and operational procedures to align with this revised terminology. Sections 25 and 27 relate to the use, manufacture and sale of non-standard weights and measures. Under the amended provisions, the first violation generally attracts an improvement notice. If the same violation is repeated, penalties may extend up to 1 lakh rupees. For subsequent offences, the penalties become significantly higher, reaching up to 5 lakh rupees under Section 25 and up to 4 lakh rupees under Section 27. The message is clear: businesses are expected to rectify deficiencies after the first warning. Sections 28, 29 and 31. They cover transactions using non-standard units, publication of non-standard units and failure to produce records or documents. The amendments again follow the same philosophy. A first-time violation generally attracts an improvement notice, while repeated violations invite progressively higher monetary penalties. Maintaining accurate documentation and using only standard units of measurement are now more important than ever. Section 32. Section 32 deals with model approval requirements. The amended provisions impose one of the most stringent penalty structures under the Act. The first violation attracts an improvement notice. A second violation may result in a penalty of up to 5 lakh rupees. For subsequent violations, the penalty may range from 10 lakh to 20 lakh rupees. Manufacturers and importers of weighing and measuring instruments should therefore ensure that all required model approvals are valid and up to date. Section 36. Section 36 has undergone one of the most significant changes. The amended provision now expressly includes manufacturers, packers, importers, distributors, e-commerce platforms, online marketplaces and electronic service providers. This means compliance responsibility is no longer limited to traditional businesses. Online marketplaces and digital commerce platforms are now also expected to ensure compliance with legal metrology requirements relating to packaged commodities. Section 36(1). Mandatory package declarations remain one of the most critical compliance areas. Information such as MRP, net quantity, manufacturer details, importer details and consumer care information must fully comply with legal metrology requirements. Under the amended provisions, the first violation may attract an improvement notice. A second violation may result in penalties up to 5 lakh rupees. For subsequent violations, penalties can range from 25 lakh to 50 lakh rupees. Businesses should therefore review every product label before placing products in the market. Section 36(2). Incorrect net quantity declarations continue to be treated seriously. The revised penalty structure increases substantially for repeat violations. In addition to significant financial penalties, imprisonment provisions continue to apply in specified cases. This highlights the importance of maintaining effective quality control, calibration and quantity verification systems. Sections 38, 39, 41, 45, 46 and 47. The amendments also affect import compliance, registration requirements, submission of information and regulatory reporting. The overall enforcement philosophy remains consistent. Businesses receive an opportunity to rectify non-compliance through an improvement notice. However, repeated violations result in substantially higher penalties. Strong documentation and effective compliance monitoring will therefore become increasingly important. Section 48. Section 48 has been completely substituted to revise the framework relating to compounding of offences. The amended provision expands the scope for compounding, clarifies the powers of authorized officers and specifies the procedure for prosecution and recovery of penalties. These changes aim to reduce unnecessary litigation while ensuring that serious violations continue to be dealt with appropriately. Other important changes. The amendments also introduce several supporting changes. References to the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita have been incorporated. Penalty provisions under Sections 52 and 53 have been strengthened. Additional powers have also been provided regarding authorization and enforcement. Together, these amendments create a more comprehensive and modern legal metrology compliance framework. Impact of the amendments. The amendments introduced through the Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Act 2026 represent a fundamental change in the way legal metrology compliance is enforced. Businesses now receive greater opportunities to correct non-compliance through improvement notices. At the same time, repeated violations attract significantly higher monetary penalties, making proactive compliance more important than ever. Manufacturers, importers, packers, dealers and e-commerce operators should review their compliance systems, strengthen internal controls and conduct regular audits to minimize regulatory risks. The focus has clearly shifted from punishment for every violation to encouraging responsible and sustained compliance. How MindSync can help. Keeping up with regulatory amendments can be challenging, but you don't have to do it alone. At MindSync, we provide comprehensive legal metrology compliance solutions, including LMPC registration, importer registration, model approval assistance, label compliance reviews, legal metrology audits, e-commerce compliance assessments, regulatory advisory and compliance training. Whether you are launching a new product, importing goods into India or reviewing your existing compliance framework, our experts can help you navigate the requirements with confidence. If you have any questions regarding the Jan Vishwas, Amendment of Provisions, Act, 2026 or any legal metrology compliance requirement, feel free to get in touch with us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to MindSync for more regulatory updates and practical compliance guidance.